Kim's makeup line, as you know, is very, very successful, and it's going to be like, well, it is a big, massive range, and I just love it so much, and I really want to use it one day.
I think you're going to need this.
Oh my God, Kim. Oh my God.
Being a fanboy or fangirl is usually an unrewarding, thankless hobby. Imagine giving all your love, time, affection, and even money for someone who doesn't even know that you exist. Well, it's not always hopeless. In fact, there are some very lucky individuals who will go down in history for having the rare opportunity to actually meet and speak with their idols face to face. So today we're going to take a look at some of the most epic moments of celebrities surprising their most dedicated fans. But before that, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First off, we start with Daniel Radcliffe, who totally enjoyed sneaking up on fans who attended a screening of his non-Harry Potter film, What If? This is Radcliffe's first try into the rom-com genre, and he wanted to check out his fans' reactions firsthand. He had small groups of fans selected for a quote-unquote post-movie interview that crept up behind them as they all professed their love for the British actor. It was literal shock for the fans, some of whom literally jumped up at the sight of Daniel. Luckily, they all said nice things about the movie in the interview, otherwise it would have been very, very awkward. Now, another celebrity who loves giving her fans a bit of a scare is Ariana Grande. Of course, this is in cahoots with the self-proclaimed king of pranks, Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon or his staff convinced some of Ariana's biggest fans to record their own cover of an Ariana Grande song for a segment in The Tonight Show. What followed was a series of screams, giggles, and shrieks as the one last time singer jumped out from behind a curtain to reveal herself to the fans. The reactions she got was absolutely priceless. Speaking of Jimmy Fallon and his habit of conspiring with celebrities to surprise unsuspecting fans, next is that time he and CYRUS surprised fans in the dorkiest way possible. Back in 2017, Fallon was on a wrecking ball high and decided to revisit some classic pranks with Billy Ray's daughter. Jimmy got one of those iconic red chairs from The Voice as some sort of photo booth set, and just before the shutter clicks for unsuspecting fans, the two crept up from behind to join in on the fun. There was a lot of screaming, high-fiving, and even dancing once they finally realized who had photobombed their photo. Now, if you think we're done with Jimmy Fallon and his love for giving fans their best day ever, think again. We still have to talk about that time he got Michelle Obama to agree to prank a bunch of people going up Rockefeller Plaza in the elevator. So the mischievous pair sat down side by side on two couch chairs and hid their faces behind books. He read Obama's book, Becoming, while she read Jimmy's book, Mama. As the elevator doors opened, the two lowered the books and looked directly at the band of excited guests, and boy, were they thrilled. If you think you've seen this entire act someplace else before, you've probably seen Fallon do this with Paul McCartney. Back then, one group was surprised to see the pair lounging around in velvet robes reading broadsheets. Meanwhile, another group witnessed the two playing ping pong when the elevator doors opened. One particularly lucky squad watched in awe as Jimmy Fallon performed the hit disappearing magic trick you know, the one where you wiggle blankets and then suddenly Paul McCartney was standing right in front of them. It's like the fans could not believe what they were seeing. But then again, can you blame them? Next up, we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a masterful hoodwink scheme that left many of his diehard fans in awe. The Rock wore a mascot costume of himself and went around to take pictures with fans. One man in particular seemed to be so delighted about the photo opportunity, even though it's just a mascot of Johnson, or so he thought. After the man proudly declared that The Rock was his lifelong hero, the mascot removed his bubble head to reveal who he really was. Needless to say, the big man was reduced to tears and was overwhelmed to finally be in the presence of his hero. Next up, we have Cristiano Ronaldo, who spent hours playing with a soccer ball in the middle of bustling Madrid with no one recognizing him. You might think Ronaldo is way too iconic to go undetected, but you should see this disguise, which is basically a work of art. Fancy footwork aside, few wanted to play with him and almost zero ladies gave him any attention when he sported this look. I can just imagine the instant regret they felt when Cristiano took off his disguise. Well, except for this young boy who really spent a long time playing with a stranger without knowing it was Ronaldo. As a reward, the boy got a signed football on top of the unforgettable experience playing with one of the world's greatest soccer players. Next on the list is the time that Demi Lovato pretended to be a Lyft driver. Before carpool karaoke became a big thing, Demi was already belting out her own songs in a car with strangers. The only difference is, the camp rock superstar was in a slight disguise. Therefore, these ladies didn't know they were being driven around by the diva herself. Fortunately, not one of them said nasty things about her. One girl even professed years of love for Demi and sang songs from Camp Rock, not knowing that her driver was Demi Lovato herself, and when she removed those shades, once again, she went crazy. A similar trick was played by Chance the Rapper for unsuspecting fans, but for a very good cause. Chance the Rapper wanted to raise millions of dollars for mental health service providers, and he did it by posing as an undercover Lyft driver. Unlike Demi Lovato though, Chance has a pretty unique face and physique that some fans suspected early on that this guy is no random Lyft driver. However, others were left completely in the dark until Chance took off the beanie. Now, how about when Taylor Swift sneaked up to her fans while they were talking about her? Members of Taylor Swift's fan club were asked a simple question: what do you love about Taylor Swift? Naturally, each one of them launched into a long list of all the things nice and inspiring about their country idol, who rose amid the adversity in the Kardashian West mess, not knowing Tay-Tay was right behind them. Some fans were so excited they started swearing and screaming, but as you can see, mainly tears and hugs are what happens next. Black Panther Chadwick Boseman played the same prank with his fans. So after watching the Marvel movie Black Panther, fans were asked to record a message for Boseman while standing before a poster of the actor. A lot of them talked about Black Panther being a life-changing work of art for African Americans who have been craving for mainstream representation all these years. Several got choked up as they talked about what they loved about the film, unsuspecting that Black Panther himself was listening to all of that live. So he walks in the room, says "Wakanda forever," and the adoring fans could not believe their luck. Next up, we have this lucky fan who got to snap an actual picture with their idol and celebrity crush, Taylor Lautner. It's actually a recreation of a photoshopped poster where Jennifer simply superimposed her face on top of Kristen Stewart. All this happened on Ellen, where the host was flashing some of the audience members' funny Facebook pictures on screen that she took a while on Jennifer's photoshopped image, poking fun at how obviously fake it was. Then in walks Taylor Lautner to give her a chance to snap the same photo, this time for real. Getting surprised by your idol outdoors or in a show like Ellen is lucky, I guess. But what about an idol visiting you at home? That's the treat this Australian superfan of Selena Gomez got on the luckiest day of her life. Sophie Saunders, 22, had been following the singer around her Revival World Tour shows. Saunders was recording herself singing "Kill 'Em with Kindness" when she suddenly saw her idol in the webcam as Selena entered her bedroom. Understandably, Sophie was brought to tears, but Selena was only too happy to show her appreciation for the fan, who even has a Selena Gomez poster put up in her bedroom. If you're familiar with young YouTuber Ruben DeMade, you might think he's the one dishing out a surprise in this video. But even celebrities have other celebrities they look up to, and for the young makeup artist, that's Kim Kardashian. So while Ruben was filming one of his makeup tutorial videos, Kim K stealthily snuck up to him and said, "I think you're gonna need this." Ruben snapped his head back so fast at the sound of Kim's voice, and of course, he gave her a big hug. He also didn't forget to take Kim up on her makeup surprise. The two then posed for a most epic celebrity and fan selfie ever. Next up, with the help of Jimmy Kimmel, this time, some diehard fans of the Avengers films got a sneak peek of the cast of Infinity War. So you know those huge backdrops with a hole where you're supposed to stick your head in for a photo op? Well, these fans thought this was all it was until they peered in Chadwick Boseman, Josh Brolin, Karen Gillan, Chris Hemsworth, and Sebastian Stan were all staring back at them. Not only that, the Infinity War cast personally gave them IMAX tickets to the epic film. Another celebrity surprise by Jimmy Kimmel again was to play a surprise prank on his fans to All the Boys I've Loved Before heartthrob Noah Centineo. The young actor put on a silly disguise and mingled with some fans outside Hollywood Boulevard. In this segment titled Incognito Centineo, fans were quizzed on some trivia and facts about Noah, and when they couldn't answer one of the questions, the actor would jump in with his fake hair and fake wig to answer it for them. Despite his best disguise though, all these fangirls recognized him at first glance. Next is a heartwarming surprise from the Jonas Brothers. A young team by the name of Lily Jordan had been planning to go to a JB concert in Pennsylvania, but she couldn't make it because it clashed with her chemotherapy session. She ended up writing to the band on Instagram explaining why she couldn't make it. She wrote, "I'm across the street doing chemo. If y'all wanted to pop in, I'll give you my room." Never in her wildest dreams did Lily assume her dreams would be heard. All three of them did pop in, and they even brought along Priyanka Chopra Jones, the wife of Nick Jonas. Needless to say, Lily was super thrilled to meet them all. Finally, we have the most epic celebrity surprise ever staged. Care of the one and only Jon Bon Jovi. The rock star put on a long wig, fake beard, tinted glasses, and a cowboy hat to pose as a bartender server at a local karaoke bar in New Jersey. The fans were embarrassingly singing Living on a Prayer off-key and off-tune until their weird, clumsy bartender joined in, and it was some of the most beautiful singing they had ever heard. Some were impressed, and some were somewhat annoyed that their bartender was jamming with them, but when he took off the disguise, they were only too happy to share the mic with Bon Jovi himself. So as you can see, some of our favorite celebs like to surprise and give thanks to their fans. This is an inspiring and touching moment, as it's something that reminds us all that no matter the level of success or dollars in the bank, human connection and raw emotion conquers everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Who would be your favorite celebrity to meet? Let me know. Thanks for watching.